What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-hosts, Josh and John Luke. Josh, I'm going to be honest with you. Bench that move. Go back to the ones you were doing before.
I was trying to do like a come on in kind of thing, but no, you're right. It's not even a bench. It's a cut. It's a cut.
That's a cut. That dance move is not on par with what you've been doing recently.
You're right.
Guys, also joining us today for some Fantasy Fortune is a very special guest. She is a Clemson Tiger like JL and I, but also a contributor for Fantasy Pros, Fantasy Alarm, Awesemo, and Dynasty Vipers, a true rising star in this industry, and we're lucky to have you on today. Tara, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you guys for having me. I love the show. So, thrilled to be here and play.
And I just wanted to throw this up here already. Carlos, and you're throwing some love your way saying, fact, Tara has the best
Carlos?
Waiver wire picks every week. Also, fact, JL will lose today. So we know number one's true. I have to trust number two's true as well, JL. You can't argue with that.
That's true.
They're both absolutely.
I said they were both bad.
Tara, is Rashad Penny your number one waiver pickup this week?
Depending on what percentage you allow. I was a little, I put Taysom Hill because I allowed myself a little leeway to go a little bit higher. So, yeah. But other than that, he was number two.
Number two behind Taysom Hill.
Makes sense.
We got Craig in here and said, glad to see you have a terrific guest on the show after that Joker yesterday. Hey, that Joker yesterday was a pretty great guest too, Craig. Thank you for coming on.
He was a little annoying, if we're being honest.
360 Fantasy in here saying big fan. Big fan of what you're saying. And Scott said, every time they play Fantasy Fortune or Jeopardy without me, an angel loses its wings. It's math and science. Wow.
It's math and science and art.
Checks out.
Yeah, and you know what? The chat's already feisty today. This is going to be a good one, I feel like. Sully said nothing better than an hour watching Friends and feeling stupid. Well,
hopefully not too stupid.
What's up, Albert? Welcome and glad to have you here. And Bam saying Josh Lamar didn't practice. This might be as good a segue as any. Before we hit the rest of these comments, guys, a couple things. Number one, if you are not following our guest, Tara, on Twitter, go and follow her right now at It's Tara Time. She's one of our favorite analysts in this space. And you know what? You're going to be seeing her pop up on Fantasy Pros all over the place now. So go ahead and get ahead of it and go follow her on Twitter. Number two, if you have not done so already, hit that like button on this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Front Yard Fantasy. It is the easiest way to show your support for the buffoons that do this every day and the awesome guests that we bring on. Yeah, you're the buffoon, Josh. That's you. Yeah. And number three, we're going to go to Josh. Josh, I know you've got some news for us today. There's a lot of news today.
Bam! I had this covered today. Let's just start. I buried the lead. Lamar Jackson not practicing today. I had it this time. Bam! Don't worry. Don't you worry. Let's start with the positive news. There's a ton of positive news today. Jalen Hurts is trending upward. That's the news. And then the second bit of positive news we have today, Tony Pollard returned to practice on Wednesday. That is it in terms of positive news, guys. Bear with me here. I'm going to try to just run through like the other news we have because there's quite a bit and it's all negative. I'm sorry, guys. This is Wednesday. This is the day that typically teams rest. They're veterans. It's sad day. It's sad day here at FIF. We went over a lot of COVID outs yesterday, but there are multiple teams now in an enhanced COVID protocol right now. So you've really got to keep an eye out. This could continue to spread. We're not going to go over every single person that's out COVID-wise, though. But like I said, Lamar Jackson's not practicing today. Rex Burkhead, he will miss this week. He's officially out. I don't think that changes much unless you really need David Johnson. I guess it's an emergency
not
play.
Rex Burkhead, no.
Yeah, he has been getting the most carries for that team lately. Sam Darnold has been designated to return from IR. This could get interesting. I doubt it's going to be this week, but it could get interesting between him and Cam Newton.
Interesting? Is it really interesting who's starting?
I'm not saying interesting in terms of like, oh, I want to go get Sam Darnold and put him in my lineup. I'm just saying that it could get messy. That's a better word, right? Yeah,
messy.
James Conner is considered day-to-day after undergoing the MRI. I think this is good news for James Conner, though. Day-to-day, that's not a significant injury, but DeAndre Hopkins is getting a second opinion after going his MRI. He's considered doubtful for week 15. I don't like getting a second opinion. That probably means he didn't love the first opinion. So I'm going to keep moving because there's a lot of news, like I said. TJ Hawkinson and DeAndre Swift, they did not practice today. Michael Carter, he has been designated to return from IR. Hey, that's good news. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot that one. Yeah. Joe Burrow will not practice today. J.D. McKissick, he has a concussion and he was not seen at practice today. Melvin Gordon, not practicing today. Curtis Samuel, groin, was not seen at practice today. Terry McLaurin, concussion, not practicing today. Emmanuel Sanders, knee, not practicing today. Matt Rule said he expects DJ Moore to play this week. This is some good news. And then the last tidbit of news we have is Elijah Moore. He is not practicing today. Mitchell. Again, you got to keep it in mind. I always do that. Elijah Mitchell, the running back for the 49ers. He is not practicing today due to both the concussion concerns and a knee injury. Guys, this is the typical rest day for Veterans Wednesday. So a lot of this, could be cleared up as we go through the week.
Yep. Guys, we also got Sully in here. Sully wanted to be a college football fan and picked a team this year, decided he likes Clemson. He liked JL and I. He liked Terry. He said, why not be a Clemson fan? And you know what? Welcome in. And look at all these beautiful Clemson fans right here. Oh, and Maria saying, go Tigers as well. Isn't Tigers is the mascot for her school, I think, as well. So it
is.
Her and
Tigers.
Yeah. We can say go Tigers and it applies to everyone. Towson and Clemson right here.
Oh, nice.
But not LSU.
Not LSU.
Get them out of here.
Yeah, LSU get out of here.
The very first 3 schools I applied to were all Tiger schools: Clemson, LSU, and Auburn. I guess I just had something for Tigers as a mascot. Jay Wall says Tara the GOAT. Indeed,
yes,
indeed she is. And we got LQ in here said, denim jacket Simon. He said demi jacket Simon. Does that
Demi
mean like
Lovato jacket?
Yeah,
I'm taking it as like the demigod route. Like my father is a jean jacket, and this is what was created whenever I came out. Geek Mill, what's up? Welcome into. I'm here for Tara time and a Simon L. Oh,
yes, I love it. I
read this like 5 times and was like, oh, you're here for Tara and Simon. Like I appreciated being grouped in and called out, but you said
Simon
lose. Also, Carlos said last week you guys delivered my wish to the FF God that James Conner would slay it. Is this okay as an official submission for this week, or would you prefer I send it to your pagers?
No. Screw you, Carlos.
James Conner is gonna slay it as long as he's playing. That's the concern, right? He's gonna slay it. Don't worry.
Real deal saying D-Hop showing his age, yeah, maybe, or just an injury. He's not too old. He's like 28.
He's
right?
showing my age too.
Kept saying bird up. What's up,
is he the same age as us?
He's like,
is he like 30?
I think he's your age, Josh.
He's like 29.
28, 29.
28, yeah.
And guys, we have our daily presidential trivia question from Come Here Now Beach 89. And 2 days in a row, you have stumped me. I do not know this one. Which president be a recent was inducted in the Wrestling Hall of Fame in 1997? So let's all give a guess. I'll say Bush Sr. That's my guess.
Oh, that's a good one. That's too good. Yeah, I think it's Bush Sr. too. I think it's Bush Sr. too. I'm gonna go with the same. I'm gonna go with you, Simon. I think it makes a lot of sense. Bush Senior.
I'm gonna go Clinton.
Clinton. There we go.
That was the other one.
I love it.
Bush Jr. 2 Bush Seniors. Oh, I think Carlos. has it. I think it might be. He had some involvement with.
No way, really?
But I'm not sure. We got some guys in there. Carter. Come Here Now said Taft. Easy. Was it really Taft?
No,
There's no way on that one. I'm not believing.
No way.
George Washington.
No way.
Amazing.
And Real Deal got some Clinton. Let us know the real answer. If it is Taft, then let us know.
It might be Taft. I mean, like
I stand with Abraham.
Gotta be Nixon.
Nixon.
I like Laquan Jones.
It was Laquan Jones. That's who it was. Yeah. Guys, once Come Here Now Beach 89 will let us know the answer, but we are going to get into some fantasy fortune for today. Josh determined the order before we started, and I'm going to pass it off to him to explain the rules and let us know how this is going to work.
We are playing Fantasy Fortune today. It's a lot like Wheel of Fortune, the popular television game show. We got rid of that wheel, though, that they have in Wheel of Fortune. We are playing Fantasy Fortune. Instead of spinning a wheel, I will ask you guys simple football-related questions. They might not be so simple, but they are going to be 50-50, who had more fantasy points over the course of the year, Michael Carter or Michael Pittman. I don't know. As long as you get the answer correct when I ask you, you will get to guess a letter for the puzzle we are doing. You will be expected to answer the question quickly. If you get the question right, you'll get to guess a letter. Like I said, you'll be rewarded $500 for each consonant. If you want to buy a vowel, just let me know. They'll cost $100 each. If you guess anything wrong, we move on to the next contestant. If it's your turn and you think you can solve, go ahead and solve it. You got to say exactly what's up there. If you get 3 questions in a row correct, and you get the correct letter 3 times in a row, you will get to bank that money. We move on to the next contestant, but you get to bank that money, and you get to guess at the puzzle if you know it. Whoever collects the most money over the course of our game today will be our fantasy fortune champion. And Tara, if you win, send me that fax number. I will send you some Ethereum today. Today I'm feeling like giving away Ethereum. Yeah. So, or Bitcoin. If you prefer Bitcoin, that's fine. Bitcoin, whatever.
Also, we got LQ in here, future president LQ, saying that Jay is going to be his first man and JL his first lady. That is a stacked White House right there.
That's beautiful.
Also, Bam letting us
so many shenanigans.
Bam letting us know some important news for Hollywood managers. Jair is practicing in full today via Matt LaFleur. That is important news for Hollywood managers. That changes the matchup entirely for Hollywood this weekend. Takes it from like probably a must start down to a solid start if we're looking at the tiers on that one. Josh, what do you think as the Ravens fan?
He definitely is not a must start, not with Lamar Jackson's issues. Lamar might not even play. And even if Lamar plays, I could not put him in the must start category. A great start for sure. Right now, he's a solid start for me.
We have him in a category. The other side of this ball on here as well, Tara, as a Packers fan, how does this affect Hollywood? What have you seen from Jair? Do you think this is a downgrade, like not starting him if Jair's playing?
I'm still going to start him. I'm kind of, start your studs, and everywhere that I have Hollywood, I have to. But yeah, the Green Bay secondary has been fantastic even without Jair. So yeah, this kind of makes it a short shutdown situation. Not looking good, but you got to play him.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you there, guys. Are you ready to get started on our game today?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
We are starting with JL. Tara will go second. Simon will go third. JL, are you ready for the first puzzle?
I am.
You might be surprised with the first puzzle I'm going to go with here. It's an NFL player.
Classic.
Never start out with just an NFL player. No, I always typically, except for one show, I've always started out with an NFL player. So this is a person, first and last name. He plays in the NFL. He's fantasy related. It's a wide receiver, quarterback, running back, or tight end. JL, are you ready for your first question?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You didn't sound very confident there. I don't like
trying to see if I can fit Stephon Diggs in there, but I can't. Diggs.
It kind of fits.
It kind of fits.
What if I spelt it wrong? What if I PH Stephon?
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, Josh, I'll take a question.
Who has more receptions so far this season? Is it Brandon Cooks or is it Jacoby Myers?
Are you okay, Simon?
You're
making a face.
I was fact checking the president thing, and I am just shocked at the answer. Truly blown away by the answer here. I thought Geek Mill was messing with us. The answer is Abraham Lincoln.
Wow.
He's the only president. It's not the WWE Hall of Fame. It's the Wrestling Hall of Fame. And Abraham Lincoln is the answer. He's the only one in the Wrestling Hall of Fame.
And speaking of the chat, I'm going to have to remind you guys to get out of the chat and into the private chat.
Okay, sorry, Josh. Will you run that question back real quick?
It's who has more catches so far this season. Is it Brandon Cooks or is it Jacoby Myers?
I'll go with Cooks.
Cooks is absolutely the correct answer. Brandon Cooks has the 11th most catches in the NFL so far this season. JL, what letter would you like?
I'll go with the D.
He's going with a D, and there's one D.
Josh, if that had been Brandon Cooks, I was going to be so mad at you.
I would like to solve Rashad Penny.
It is Rashad Penny. That was a good start. That was a good start. Yeah, super easy. No, it wasn't.
Top of brain.
Rashad Penny, guys. How we feeling about him this week? Are we starting him in our fantasy playoffs going forward? Simon, guess what? I want to come to you first. Rashad Penny, I think he was the number one waiver pickup so far this week. Right now, I have him as not even a running back 2, but he's a very borderline play. If you had to make the decision between Rashad Penny and James Robinson, who would you choose, Simon?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know James Robinson's playing at Houston. He's playing Houston, but he has been insignificant. He hasn't put up any fantasy points the last couple of weeks. He's been very disappointing. But do you think he could turn around? Rashad Penny or James Robinson? I'm putting you on the spot side.
If Rashad Penny was playing anyone besides the Los Angeles Rams, I think I would go Rashad Penny, or maybe the Buccaneers as well. Like, that is not a good running back matchup. While I have zero trust in Urban Meyer and that Jacksonville offense, James Robinson is a stud. They're going up against Houston, and Urban Meyer's he's got to just try to save his job, right? Like at this point, he has to do something. Hopefully he gives Robinson the carries. I'll go Robinson, but it is way closer than this should ever be. That should be a slam dunk, James Robinson. It shouldn't be any questions asked, but we're talking about it.
James Robinson should be a top 12 running back this week if everything has gone like it should have. But with the last 2 weeks, he can't be. What?
Quick trivia for you three. What's the over under on this game?
Jacksonville. The over under for Jacksonville, Houston. The over under. It's got to be so low.
30. No, they never put them that low. I'll say 45.
39. I'm gonna just do it. I know they never put them that low, but 40 is probably.
What do you think, Tara?
41.5.
41.5. Josh is the closest. 39.5.
Wow, hey, let's that is wild.
I didn't know, but man, this is a matchup of teams that are struggling to score points.
Someone's going to go off. It's going to be like an 80-point game.
We got people in the chat. Sully going, pretty sure Urban is focused on getting canned and paid. Eric said Urban Meyer is perfectly content getting a cushy buyout from Jacksonville. And Real Deal Fantasy LQ saying J-Rob doesn't want to play for Myers. He's going to underperform just to get him fired. And then Jay, resident Urban Meyer fan, said Urban is all about the grind.
That's true.
It's accurate.
I agree with you, Simon. I would go James Robinson over Rashad Penny, but I do want to get Tara's and JL's opinion real fast. Tara, what do you think here? James Robinson or Rashad Penny this week?
I would actually go Rashad Penny because I agree with everyone that at this point, Urban Meyer, he's petty. He's dug his feet in. He's not going to let everyone else be right. So I kind of don't see a turnaround. I'm okay with going with Penny.
And JL?
It is pretty close, but I'm going to lean Robinson here. Just matchup.
Yeah, I'm with you. James Robinson was on the field a lot last week. That didn't equal fantasy points at all. So I'm just hoping that he gets enough carries. He's playing Houston. That's all we got to say. But I digress. It's just a mess. It's a mess.
It is a mess. Also, JR, welcome in. Glad to have you here. He said, I'm on delay, LOL. He answered the question a little late, but that is okay. Glad to have you in here, JR. Hope you're doing well. And Josh, are we ready for our next puzzle?
Let's get right in there. JL dominated the last one. He's going to get 1,000 points into his score once I load up this puzzle. And we are starting with Tara for this next one. Tara, this is a before and after puzzle. Let me give JL his money. So before and after essentially means the middle word connects the first and the third word. So there's 3 words here. So it could be something. This could be a player's name, like 2 players' names, where the last name is the second person's first name. But it could be like, sorry, I didn't have an example prepared, but it could be like something Simon did in the past, where he did the Las Vegas Raiders of the Lost Ark. Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones movies, and Las Vegas Raiders. So in something like that, it could be a name. I'm not giving anything away. Maybe it's a name. Tara, would you like your first question? I'm assuming you can't solve this right off the bat.
No, and this is literally my worst category, so I will not get this. But yes, let's go ahead and take the question.
I have faith in you. Hey, get 3 questions correct. Get 3 letters correct. You get to bank that money anyway. So, Tara, who has more PPR fantasy points? Just to let everyone know, all my fantasy points will be in PPR terms. But who has more PPR fantasy points so far this season? Is it Deebo Samuel or is it CD Lamb?
Deebo.
Deebo is the correct answer. Deebo's the 5th highest scoring wide receiver so far this season. Great job, Tara. What letter would you like?
I will take R.
I'm going to put that R up there, but I know you guys should be out of the chat right now, but Bam just came in with some news, and he's been accurate with this news. D-Hop out for the season with a sprained knee via Schefter. Whoa.
Get out of here, Bam. Get out of here. We don't want to hear that.
I'm sorry, but there's that news, everyone. Make other plans for your wide receiver position if you have DeAndre Hopkins. Wow. Let's keep moving. I'm sorry, Terry, you did get the R. That will give you $500 into your bank for this round. You can buy a vowel here, Tara, or we can move on to the next question.
Let's move on to the next question.
Beautiful. Tara, who has more rushing yards so far this season? Is it Dalvin Cook or is it Elijah Mitchell?
Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook is the correct answer. You just killed it last week as well. Great job, Tara. What letter would you like?
Let's go with L.
Go with an L? There's one L. This is going to give you another $500 into your bank. I want to let you know, Tara, this is going to be your last chance to buy any vowels if you would like to, but it might be tough figuring out the puzzle regardless.
Yeah.
I got it, I think.
I'm gonna go. We're gonna do another question.
We're gonna do another question. No problem whatsoever. Tara, who has more receptions so far this season? Who has caught more passes so far this season? Is it Deontay Johnson or is it Mike Evans?
Deontay
is the correct answer, Tara. If you get this letter correct, you will bank this money. It will be in your bank for the rest of the game. So what letter would you like to go with here?
Let's go with N.
An N, correct?
Yes, N.
There are 3 N's.
Yeah,
there are 3 N's.
Damn it.
Tara, I will give you a little bit. You can guess at the puzzle if you think you know it. If not, we are going to move on to Simon. But like I said, you're banking that money regardless.
Well done.
I can't do it.
No? All right, no. Simon, we're coming to you.
Well, I'm going to solve. Tara more than doubled my money there. Jonathan Taylor Heinicke.
Damn it.
Jonathan Taylor Heinicke is the correct answer. Jonathan Taylor Heinicke, great job, Simon. And everyone has some points. After 2 rounds, everyone has some points. That is a rare occurrence. Simon, JL, you wrote it down there, I'm assuming?
Wrote it down, yep.
Nice job.
And then we did have Jonathan Taylor Swift, which I actually really like here from JR. That's pretty funny. It wouldn't have fit, but
that would have been a great idea.
That would have been really good.
Well, you would have just needed some blank spaces.
I thought it was funny.
Thanks, Tara.
Yeah.
It's a Taylor Swift joke.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carlos. I got to give you a shout out too. Carlos said this as well. Hopkins is expected to miss the rest of the regular season. I missed that, but thank you for the information, guys. This is horrible news. Forget about Jonathan Taylor Heinicke. I mean, like Hopkins, guys. Disappointing. Is there any Cardinals you're excited to actually play? I mean, like for me, I guess Christian Kirk is the top receiver. I think Zach Ertz benefits the most. What do you think, JL? Is there anyone that you're picking up now with this news? Maybe Christian Kirk?
Yeah, Christian Kirk for sure. If Rondo Moore is on the waivers, I would also pick him up. AJ Green might be a sneaky stash.
AJ Green is the answer, actually. Yeah. AJ Green's the answer.
Zach definitely gets a boost here.
Yeah, I'm mad at myself. I was about to I wrote a DFS video this morning and I deleted AJ Green and now I have to go write that again.
Put AJ Green all in there. And it seems like Simon, I heard you nodding. Oh yeah, Green down there.
I heard you nodding.
That's the name I was going to say, AJ Green. He's been getting targets in that offense whenever he's healthy and on the field. And he looked really good the last time we saw him out there. So I'm excited for AJ Green. I think you can start him.
I like Carlos's response here. Connor to continue to be the wide receiver 1 in Arizona. He was making some awesome catches this past week. So, I mean, that's not that crazy.
Also, Diggity Dog, thank you. So that was objectively a good joke. I appreciate it. I needed some support on that one.
Objectively.
And Sally said, I thought AJ Green looked good last week. Yeah, I agree. He did look good out on the field. And then Carlos saying, how can Simon give Jay crap for Betty White when he's out here dropping T-Swift lyrics? When Betty White drops like a pop banger of the magnitude that Taylor Swift has dropped 100, let me know. And then we can talk about Betty White versus Taylor Swift.
It's a good point. Sure. You guys ready to get in the next category?
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Simon got the last one correct. So we are going to start with JL. Let's get right in there.
What's this
Rashad Penny.
Crossword puzzle for you guys. I got a little crossword puzzle for you guys. These there's 4 words here. It's a crossword puzzle, right? So some of the letters connect. There's 4 words here. They're all fantasy football terms. Okay? Fantasy football lingo. 4 words. JL, I'm going to just go ahead and assume you cannot solve this.
I cannot. I'll need a question.
We're going to go to some team stats here. Overall team stats. JL, who has more yards per game so far this season? Who has more yards per game? And we're talking about teams here. Who has more yards per game this season? Is it Washington or is it Las Vegas? Yards per game on offense.
Per game. I'm gonna go with Vegas.
Vegas is the correct answer.
That
JL.
early surge, that early
Yes.
streak of good games. I bet you definitely skewed it. All right, let's go with D again. Lucky D.
D.
Give me the D,
Like
Josh.
D as in D.
Yep.
There is no D. There is no D in this puzzle. So Tara, we're coming to you. You ready for your question?
I am.
All right. Tara, who has more passing yards so far this season? Who has thrown more passing yards this season? Is it Matthew Stafford or is it Dak Prescott?
Stafford.
Stafford is the correct answer, Tara. Great job. He's the number 3 quarterback in terms of passing yards. By the way, number 2 is Derek Carr. Number 1 is Tom Brady. Derek Carr, you wouldn't expect him there, a lot of people. But Tara, what letter would you like?
I'm going to go with S.
An S. There are 2 S's.
Right.
S's. That's going to put $1,000 into your bank for this round. You can buy a vowel here, Tara. You can solve, or we can go on to the next question.
I can't solve. I'm going to keep going with my strategy of getting points from questions.
Hey, it's working so far. I don't blame you. I don't blame you in the slightest. Tara, in a PPR league over the course of the entire season, who has more fantasy points? In a PPR league over the course of the season, who has more fantasy points? Is it Dalton Schultz or Zach Ertz?
Schultz.
Schultz is correct. Ertz has been turning a little bit lately, but the beginning of the season wasn't so great for him. Yeah, Schultz has been good all year. Not last week, but he's been strong most of the year. What letter would you like, Tara?
Let's go with T.
She's going to go with the T, and there are 2 T's. There are 2 T's. Tara, this is your last opportunity to buy any vowels if you would like. Do you want to buy vowels for this puzzle?
No. One more question.
And with her strategy, again, it's worked so far, right?
Yes.
Tara, who has more rushing yards so far this season? Who has rushed for more yards so far this season? Is it Antonio Gibson or is it James Conner?
Conner.
I am sorry, Tara.
Oh, no.
It is Antonio Gibson. And it's actually by a significant amount. It's kind of surprising to me. 661 for James Conner, 836 for Antonio Gibson.
That makes sense.
This is rushing yards. Antonio Gibson's 7th in the NFL in terms of rushing yards so far this season.
All those attempts, man.
All those attempts add up. James Conner has 179 attempts this season. Antonio Gibson has 216. Antonio Gibson is 5th in the NFL in terms of rushing attempts. So you're absolutely correct, JL. Simon, we're going to you next. You ready?
Let's do it.
Can't solve, right?
Nope.
All right, Simon, guess what we're going to do with you? We're going to go to the FanDuel Sportsbook.
I had a feeling.
We're going to the FanDuel Sportsbook. Simon, the Carolina Panthers are playing at the Buffalo Bills this weekend. All right?
True.
True or false?
No.
The Carolina Panthers are 10.5-point underdogs to the Buffalo Bills this weekend.
True.
That is true, Simon. That is true. 10.5-point underdogs. Great job, Simon. What letter would you like?
I'll take an R.
I'll take an R. There are 2 R's. There are 2 R's, Simon. So it's starting to reveal itself a little bit. Simon, you can buy a vowel here, or we can move on to the next question.
These are fantasy football terms. I'll take a question.
All right. We're going to team stats again. These are team stats. Who has scored more points per game so far this season? Who has scored more points per game so far this season? Is it the Patriots? Or is it the Packers?
I'll go Packers.
It's the Patriots. I feel kind of bad about that one. It's 26. It's 26.9 to 25. They were a little bit closer than I would have liked there. feel a little bit bad there, though, Simon. But we're going to JL with this next
good.
one. JL, you ready for your question?
Yeah.
All right, JL. Who has more receiving yards so far this season? Who has more receiving yards so far this season? Is it Mike Evans or is it Tyler Lockett?
Mike Evans.
I am sorry, JL. Tyler Lockett is the correct answer. He's 8th in the NFL in terms of receiving yards. Moving on to Tara here. Tara, how you feeling?
I'm so confused, but yeah.
So Tara, we're gonna head over to the FanDuel Sportsbook for you as well. The Tennessee Titans are playing at the Pittsburgh Steelers this weekend. True or false? True or false? The Tennessee Titans are 1.5 point favorites this weekend.
False.
I'm sorry, that's actually true. A little bit surprising. I think it's because they're playing in Pittsburgh, but still, they're 1.5. I mean, actually, that doesn't make any sense. The Tennessee Titans are 1.5 point favorites. Does that make any sense to you guys?
Technically, the better team, like in theory, but
yeah. Maybe if they had AJ Brown back, I would buy in. Obviously, Derrick Henry, but no, the Steelers are the underdogs at home this weekend. Simon, we're coming to you. Look, I hit you with a hard one. You know, we all got a little bit of a hard one there, right?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Right.
I digress. Anyway, Simon, who has more PPR points? Yikes. Diggity dog. Let's change this topic real fast. Y'all taking lineup questions? Blessed with options this week, but no clue what to do with them. Go ahead and throw in the chat, and we will get to it. We will try our best to get to it.
In between puzzles,
sure,
we'll answer some questions.
We should be able to get to it, Diggity dog. Simon, you ready for your question?
Yes.
Simon, in a PPR league, who has more fantasy points so far this season? Is it Elijah Mitchell or is it Javonte Williams?
Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams is the correct answer. What letter would you like?
N.
There's no
N. I had a feeling.
There's no N in this puzzle. There's no
We're
N
never
in this puzzle.
solving this one.
JL, we're coming to you. I feel like you guys have trouble with the crosswords sometimes here, but yeah, it's all good. JL, you ready for your question?
Yes.
You sure?
Yep.
All right. Who has more receiving yards so far this season? Who has more receiving yards this season? Is it Dalton Schultz or is it Kyle Pitts?
Schultz.
I'm sorry, it's Kyle Pitts. It's Kyle Pitts. He's number 3 out of all tight ends.
Get out of here.
I got him.
Questions.
Just no touchdowns.
Now he's frozen fixing his hair. Look at that face. Oh my god. Oh yeah. That's the stuff. That is the stuff right there. I'm Josh. Oh my god.
Be back. Okay, guys.
And we can't look in the comments because we're all contestants.
And I guarantee you someone in the chat got this already.
Oh yeah, definitely. So let's just talk about something. Let's talk about Clemson.
Oh yeah.
Tara, what's your favorite memory from your Clemson days?
Oh man, my favorite memory from my Clemson days. So I got to intern at a local NBC station when I was in college, and a few times I got to go in the press box and down on the field, and I got to go down for the Boston College game when Matt Ryan was playing. I guess that tells you how old I am. It was the same time as Matt Ryan, and I got to see Matt Ryan up close and personal. And yeah, that was my first up close and personal NFL player right there. So I was pretty excited about that.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool. That is a cool Clemson experience.
The best story I've ever heard. I came in at the end of it. I'm sorry.
Josh, thanks for joining
but I'm
us.
Back. Yeah, I figured I'd make a guest appearance here. Where were we? I think we were on Tara.
I got it wrong. Wrong. So
yeah. And then I was saying Tara's definitely got this question. That's what I was saying. You ready?
Yes.
All right, Tara.
You got to show us the screen again, Josh. By the way.
Show us the screen.
Yeah, you're not sharing.
Oh, right. Good call. I got you guys.
And Josh, we were stuck. We couldn't go in the comments because I know someone in there's already gotten it. So we were just waiting. We made it.
I don't know if anyone has, but it's all good. We don't have to worry about it. I'm glad you guys didn't go in the comments. Tara, Tara, in a 4-point per passing touchdown league, who has more fantasy points so far this season? In a 4-point per passing touchdown league, who has more fantasy points so far this season? Is it Derek Carr or is it Jimmy Garoppolo?
Oh, I'm going to say Jimmy G.
I am sorry, Derek Carr's the correct answer. Jimmy G's at 18, Derek Carr's at 13. We're going on the Simon here. We're going on the we'll finish this category one of these days.
I figured out one of the words finally. I know it's taken me a very long time, but I know a couple of them. One word.
I'm impressed. Simon, you ready for your question?
Yes.
Who has more receptions so far this season, Leonard Fournette or Cordarrelle Patterson?
Receptions?
Yeah, receptions.
Oh, God. It's got to be Cordarrelle Patterson, right?
And you'd be wrong. Leonard Fournette has the most running back receptions.
I knew he was up there. I wasn't sure if it was first, but it's
62 to 46.
So it's a big difference too. Damn.
Yeah. Cordarrelle Patterson's still at number 5 though. And we're back to JL. How's it feel, JL?
Feels fantastic.
We got this.
Ready for a question.
JL, who has more targets so far this season? Who has been more targeted so far this season? Is it Jalen Waddle or is it Jamar Chase?
Who has more targets, Jamar Chase or Jalen? It's got to be Waddle.
It is Waddle. There we go, guys. Let's go. What letter would you like?
Let's go with an M.
M as in mother. There's one M. Which does
that's the word I knew, JL.
And the first word of another.
All right, can I buy a vowel?
You can buy a vowel.
May I buy an O?
You can. I've never done that before. There's no W in this puzzle. So there's a first time for everything. You do not have enough money to buy vowels. Kind of determined 300 is going to be the limit.
Can I solve?
Yeah.
Stream, mock, breakout, bust.
Stream, mock, breakout, bust. That is correct, JL. Let's go.
I was not even close. I had stream, and that was the only one I could figure out.
I had breakout pretty early and bust pretty early.
I had stream and bust. That was it.
Yep. Stream, mock, breakout, bust.
Mock was the one I was not sure about. That's why I asked for M and an O.
Great job. Carlos did get it correct.
Well
Stream,
done.
mock, breakout, bust. And
nice
he
job,
got that.
Carlos.
I know I disappeared from the stream for a minute there, but he got that 9 minutes ago.
That's wild. Wow. Nice job, Carlos. You know what? Wow. Even while you disappeared, though, we didn't get any closer to solving it. It's not like the puzzle disappeared from our brains right there. Nice job on that one, Carlos. Oh, Josh, I thought you were frozen again for a second. Scott Vision here saying shopping for a January birthday because I love my Xmas shopping, or because I have my Christmas shopping done, and my wife and kids all rudely decided to have birthdays in the first 10 days of January. Is the FYF crew good with jewelry advice? Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
There's never been better experts. The 4 C's, carrot and crunch and color and quality of diamonds. The crunch is the most important. So just bring those questions, Scott, and we'll be glad to answer them. Diggity Dog has a question for us. It says need 2 running backs in a flex and standard scoring. So this is standard. Zeke, CEH, Montgomery, Gordon, Javonte, Keenan, Allen. So that you're right. That is a good problem to have. Tara, are there any names in here that jump out for this guy who needs 2 running backs and a flex?
I know, right?
I got to go with Keenan Allen. I'm feeling positive about that one. And then I might lean towards David Montgomery. I know he didn't have a fantastic week last week and what should have been a good matchup, but I'm feeling a little bit of a bounce back for him.
I'm with you. David Montgomery's the one that stood out to me, and Keenan Allen. It's that third one that I'm struggling with. Who do we start out of the remaining people? I think it's for me. I think it would be Javonte Williams. I think is where I'm going with this one, but it is close between the rest of these 3 guys: Javonte, Gordon, and Zeke.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, Simon. You said Montgomery, Javonte, Keenan.
Yeah, I was agreeing with Tara on Montgomery and Keenan, and then I'm going Javonte as my third.
Yeah, I'm with you.
It's Josh, really close for me personally. Keenan Allen, Montgomery are the 2 locks. I would go CEH actually over Javonte.
Okay.
But they're very close.
Tara, what about you? Who's your third in this scenario?
My third, I'm probably would go with CEH. It's funny how we're all not saying Zeke.
Yeah.
I hate it that we're not saying Zeke. We should be saying Zeke, but we can't right now, right?
We should be. It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
Okay, so Scott wants to know. Yeah,
go ahead.
let's answer this jewelry question first. Are tennis bracelets still a thing? If so, adjustable versus non-adjustable diamond tennis bracelet. So JL, are tennis bracelets still a thing?
Yes, they're still a thing. It depends if you're left-handed or right-handed. You want to get the aerodynamic, while you're playing the tennis. And if you're right-handed, then you don't want it adjustable. This is very important, Scott Fish. You do not want it to be, you want it to be non-adjustable if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, then you want it adjustable. Doesn't matter the right or left hand of the person you're buying it for. It's just your.
Okay. I was gonna say, gotcha. Is it the person buying it if they're right or left-handed?
Yes, if they're left or right-handed, yes.
Okay, gotcha. That checks out.
Solid.
Of course.
That's solid.
You're welcome.
Sorry. We're gonna get into this next puzzle. Get out of the chat. Yeah, out of the comments. And here's our next puzzle. This is a new puzzle for us. All right.
Also, Scott said, I tried that last year, saved it up all year, showered my wife in Kohl's Cash, only to find all 14,000 in Kohl's Cash I saved had expired. I'm just imagining you Christmas morning, she's running on the stairs, just like throwing Kohl's Cash all over the living room.
She's like, this is expired, Scott. She's like, no. Sorry, Josh.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, I'm ready. I'm out of the chat.
I think JL got the last one right. So we're starting with Tara here. Tara is currently in the lead, 2,500 to 2,000 to 1,000. Tara, we have a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. I gave you what positions. These are 4 last names. So we have a quarterback's last name, a running back's last name, a wide receiver's last name, and a tight end's last name. And you just got to figure out what they are, who they are. Tara, you ready for your question?
I am.
Unless you think you could solve.
Oh, Josh, are you saying they're on the same team or it's just one from each position?
Do you see same team anywhere? Simon?
No, I'm just
spicy, Josh.
No, they are. See, Simon, they are not on the same team. This is just a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, and a tight end's last name. All right. So Tara, you ready?
Yes, I'm going to take the question. I feel like JL is already like doing the math and solving up like what the only options are.
They're not getting all these. They might figure out 1 or 2 of these guys, but they're not going to get all 4 right off the bat. There's no way. There's just no way. Tara,
they're not on the same team, right?
They are.
Just kidding.
All 4 of these guys are on the same exact team.
What a twist.
Tara.
Yes.
Who has more receptions so far this season? Who has caught more passes? Is it DJ Moore or Hunter Renfrow?
Hunter Renfrow.
Hunter Renfrow is the correct answer. Great job, Tara. What letter would you like?
Well, let's go with N.
And N. There are 2 N's.
There goes the only thing I thought I had figured out.
There are 2 N's, Tara. You have $1,000. You can buy a Val here, but just judging from what you've done so far this game, I don't know if you're going to buy one.
I'm not going to, and I'm going to ask what the order is and write it down because I'll forget this over and over again.
So which one's quarterback? Which one's
the position. Back? Yeah,
it's in the order of what it says here. So as you can see, the categories: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end. Can you see that there?
Can I?
Right underneath the puzzle board.
Here. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm good.
So it's in that order. Okay.
All right.
Perfect. Tara, are you ready for your next question? You said you're not going to buy a Val, correct?
Nope. Question.
All right. Who has more receiving yards so far this season? Is it Terry McLaurin or is it Stephon Diggs?
Diggs.
Diggs is the correct answer, Tara. Let's go. What letter would you like?
Nice.
T.
She's going with the T. I'm sorry, Tara. There is no T in this entire puzzle. No one's last name has a T in it. Sorry about that, Tara. We're moving on to Simon.
Okay,
hey,
I need a question.
I saw him making some calculations.
I was doing my classic one eye closed counting boxes.
Of course.
Fun of me for.
Simon, who has more touchdowns so far this season? Who has more? I'm sorry. Let me correct that. Who has more receiving touchdowns so far this season? Is it T. Higgins or is it Van Jefferson?
Ooh, Jefferson's been on a hot streak recently.
Yes.
But Higgins has also had some great games, but I'll go Jefferson.
Jefferson is the correct answer. Jefferson has 6 touchdowns. T. Higgins has 4.
He's slacking his money as like a PPR guy, a reception guy.
It's weird because he's a big-bodied receiver. You'd think he'd get more touchdowns, but I guess Chase has taken a lot of those. Simon, what letter would you like?
An R.
There are 4 R's in this puzzle, Simon.
Okay. I knew there were 2 in one of the names.
Are
you sure the last one? Are you sure the last one is spelled properly, Josh?
No.
Like it just.
Yeah, it is. It 100% is. You
Okay.
ready for your next one? You
I can only remember the 3 tight ends in the league for some reason.
Give me another question.
Simon, just give me another question. He doesn't need any freaking vowel. No one. I don't think anyone's bought a vowel. Yeah, am I wrong?
JL Blood, no.
Okay, gotcha.
I ruined it.
JL. Simon, in a PPR league, who has more fantasy points so far this season? In a PPR league, who has more fantasy points so far this season? Is it Kendrick Bourne or AJ Green?
Bourne.
Bourne is the correct answer. He's 30th out of all wide receivers, and AJ Green's at 42. What letter would you like, Simon?
Man, do I take one that I know is in there but don't get more? No, we're not going to play it safe. We'll go with an S.
S. There are 2 S's, Simon. There are 2 S's. Just to remind you, Simon, this is your last chance to buy vowels.
I'll buy a vowel. I'll buy the E.
There are 2 E's.
Who is that? I'll buy an A.
He's going to buy an A. There are 3 A's.
Okay, well, now I know who that is. That took a long time to unlock, but I still don't know. I will buy a question. Give me a question.
He's going for a question. Simon. We are going to go to team stats here. Team stats. Who has more rushing yards per game so far this season? What team has more rushing yards per game so far this season? Is it the New England Patriots or the Cincinnati Bengals?
Ooh. I'll go with the Bengals.
I am sorry, Simon.
I got tricked again. These keep getting me. And I got 3 of them now.
It's 108.7 to 123.5.
I thought maybe Mixon's surge there might have been enough to
that
push
was a
him
tough
ahead.
one.
He had some really good games there, but not quite.
He absolutely did. JL, we're coming to you. How you feeling?
You
think you could solve?
Feeling all right. I think I have 3
Can't solve
out of
yet?
the 4. I think I have 3 out of 4.
Oh my God!
I'm
an idiot.
You know it, Simon, now?
Yes.
All right. JL, you ready for your question?
Yeah, I'm gonna need a question.
Who has more receptions so far this season? Who has caught more passes so far this season? Is it Amari Cooper or is it Jacoby Myers?
Let's call more receptions, Amari Cooper or Jacoby Myers. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers is the correct answer,
No.
JL. Great job.
I thought that was
great job.
Tried to get me with the triple trick, Josh.
It was a little tricky. Or maybe it was just an original trick.
No.
Yeah. What letter would you like?
All right, I'll go with a D.
He's going with
You
the
always
D.
want the D.
There are
Always a
2
D. Damn it.
D's, JL. There are 2 D's that are going to be $1,000. You can buy a vowel here.
I will buy a vowel. I'll buy an O.
You're gonna buy an O?
That was the
There are
right
2
value
O's.
to buy.
JL, there are no more vowels.
I'm going crazy
Solved,
down
or
here.
We're moving on to the next question.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I need another question.
Going to a question here. JL. Who has more? Wait, where did my? Oh man, it disappeared.
Now you're
JL,
stalling for him?
No. My quarterback questions went away. But who has more passing yards so far this season? JL, who has more passing yards so far this season? Is it Carson Wentz or is it Joe Burrow?
Burrow.
Burrow is the correct answer, JL. Great job. What letter would you like?
I don't know. I'll go with a B.
A B as in boy.
Yep.
There are 2 B's.
Okay. I would like to solve.
I hate you. That was the one letter that I lost.
I just got it.
No.
I have Brady, Jacobs, Renfrow, Andrews.
Brady's, Jacobs, Renfrow, Andrews is absolutely the correct answer.
God. You know the worst part about this? Brady is the one I couldn't figure out. I had Jacobs. I was sitting there trying to figure out Brady, and as soon as it hit, I was
stuck on Drake. I was like, "There's no quarterback with last name Drake."
That was great. We don't have a lot of time. I had a fun question I wanted to ask you about this, but I don't even want to. Yeah, we got to get into our puzzle. Right?
Yeah, let's do one more puzzle.
Yeah.
We can't let JL just win it like that.
You guys want a longer one or a shorter one?
Up to dealer's choice.
All right.
Also, what up, Jacob?
Yeah, what's up, Jacob?
They said JL deep in thought. Always. Trying to figure out rudimentary puzzles.
Trying to figure out the name Jacob.
Exactly.
Let's go with this.
Okay.
It's a long one.
Who else said Brady, Grunewald, Renfrow, Andrews?
Grunewald. Hey, how'd you know?
Good try. All right, I'm out of the chat.
I'm going to ask you guys, get out of the chat. This is some news heading into week 15. This is just some news heading into week 15, okay?
Okay.
Like it could be a player
now
news,
I get it.
Team news, it could be around the NFL news, whatever. It's some news heading into week 15. And JL got that last one correct, so we are starting with Tara. Tara, are you ready?
I am.
You sure?
Oh, yeah. Ready for my question.
Perfect. Tara, who has more passing touchdowns so far this season? Who has thrown more passing touchdowns so far this season? Is it Justin Herbert or is it Joe Burrow?
Burrow.
I am sorry, it's Justin Herbert. It would be 30 touchdowns to 25 touchdowns for Burrow. Simon, I see you counting down there.
I have no idea. I need a question. Yeah.
Also, I just realized who Jacob is. Sup, Jacob.
Sup.
Simon, I'm taking you to the FanDuel Sportsbook.
Let's do it.
I know you love it over here.
I do. I got it right last time.
We're asking you a true or false question. The New York Jets are playing in Miami Dolphins. That's not the question. True or false? The New York Jets are 10-point underdogs.
False.
That is true, Simon. That is
true. Oh, the question was true, not what I said was true. False is not true.
That's
confusing.
The answer was actually true.
Okay.
You were incorrect. Get out of here, Simon. And no, they're not all on the same team. JL, we're coming to you. I'm sorry. That was a throwback to the last one. JL, you ready for your question?
Yep.
All right. JL, who has more in a 4-point per passing touchdown league? Who has more fantasy points over the course of the season in a 4-point per passing touchdown league? Who has more fantasy points over the course of the season so far? Is it Kyler Murray or is it Patrick Mahomes?
Ooh.
Mahomes.
Kyler Murray missed some games there. Great job, JL. What letter would you like?
Kyler Murray. I'll go with an N.
An N. There are 4 N's, JL.
Oh, look at that money in JL's bank account now.
Oh,
that is some money. JL, you can buy a vowel here.
Sure. I'll buy an A.
Hey, there are 3 A's, JL. You can continue to buy vowels.
That does nothing for me. All right, I'll just take another question.
All right, the man wants another question, and I will provide him with one. Who has more in a PPR league? Who has more fantasy points over the course of the season? In a PPR league, who has more fantasy points over the course of the season so far? Is it Dalvin Cook or is it Cordero Patterson?
I'm going to go with Patterson.
Patterson's correct, JL. I thought that one was a little bit tricky. But Patterson's number 7 running back in the NFL. Yeah. Dalvin Cook's at 13. Dalvin Cook misses a couple weeks.
What? Yeah.
Where would you like, JL?
I don't know how many weeks, but more than 2.
He's played in 10 games. Cordell Patterson's played in 12.
Let's go with an R.
An R. There are 2 R's.
I know a lot of the words.
What?
Not all of them.
You can buy another vowel here, JL, and this is your last opportunity to do so.
All right, I'll buy some E.
He's gonna buy
any.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 E's. That's gonna put you at $2,100 for this round. JL, do you want our question or you want to buy another vowel?
I'll need another question.
The man wants another question. And like last time, I will provide him with one. JL, in a PPR league, who has more fantasy points over the course of the season so far? In a PPR league, who has more fantasy points over the course of the season? Is it Jalen Waddle or is it Mike Evans?
Some more PPR points. Jalen Waddle or Mike Evans. I'll go with Evans.
Evans is correct, JL. Evans is correct. Great job, JL. If you get this letter correct, you bank that money, and it's going to be tough to come back for anyone else.
God, I don't know what. I'll go with a. God,
come on, JL.
like I'm gonna go with a T.
You're good.
Whew.
Great job, JL. Can you guess? Can you tell me what this puzzle is?
God. No, I can't. Sorry.
We're moving on. Tara, how you feeling? You want a question?
Yes, question.
Perfect. Tara, who has more fantasy points in a PPR league over the course of the season so far? Who has more fantasy points in a PPR league over the course of the season? Is it Chris Godwin or is it Marquise Brown?
Godwin.
Godwin is the correct answer. Great
Nice.
job.
Nice.
Gosh.
What letter would you like?
S.
An S. There are 3 S's.
Nice.
There are 3 S's.
That confirmed what I thought.
Wait,
I'll take another question.
So this is going to go into your bank. I'll give Tara back her $1,500.
Ooh.
You ready for next question, Tara?
Yes.
Perfect. In a PPR league, who has more fantasy points over the course of the season? In a PPR league, who has more fantasy points over the course of the season so far? Is it Darnell Mooney or is it DJ Moore?
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore is the correct answer, Tara. Let's go. What letter would you like?
M.
An M. There's one M there.
Oh gosh, that didn't help me at all.
So I will say this is your last chance to buy vowels if you would like to, Tara. Assuming just have you played so far, you're not going to.
It's by no.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna unlock it right there. Yeah, that just unlocks the whole puzzle. That was the best letter.
1, 2, 3, 4. Tara,
wow.
You can still buy another vowel if you'd like to. We can move on to the next question. This will be your last question and last chance to guess. You'll get one letter after this, or you can solve.
Or you can solve.
I can solve.
Yeah. Yeah. You look good.
7 teams are on enhanced COVID protocols. In. Oh no.
Oh no! Say it. What did you say? I misheard you. What was it? What was it?
That's your internet. The little.
Tara, my internet went out. Can you say it one more time? One more time, Tara.
It was 7 teams are in enhanced COVID protocols.
7 teams are in enhanced.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Go, Tara.
That's a landing. First round.
Oh, nailed it.
Tara, I'll tell you this: $4,100 is often enough to win the game. It's not going to be enough to beat out JL this time, but you did beat out Simon here. And yeah, you played a great game. The trivia questions, you were hitting spot on 99% of them. And you solved the last puzzle.
Chosen Rosen, you're saying she froze. I didn't hear anything. Carlos said, give it to her or we riot. And Sully said, give it to her, you jerks. We would have made the whole chat quit on us if you didn't get that one right there.
That was perfect.
Tara,
I love the way that played out, actually. That was so funny.
Tara,
thank you guys.
And Dennis saying she bought an O, so she knew it was in. Giving you the benefit right there.
Absolutely.
Tara, thank you so much for coming
out what the problem was too. You know, you're like, it was in. Yeah, so that was perfect.
Everyone watching, if you are not already following Tara, go and follow her on Twitter at It's Tara Time. And Tara, thank you so much for coming on with us today. It's always a pleasure having you on. This was no different. It was a great game.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Of course. And Scott almost got it right. 7 teams are enhanced Simon protocols. You don't want to be put into enhanced Simon protocols.
No, you do not. I can speak from experience.
Greg saying great show and guest, everyone. It was a great guest for sure. And Carlos said, I'm writing on my own against JL.
That's
JL,
the saddest
great
protest
win.
I've ever seen.
Tara, thank you so much for coming on. And guys, that is going to be it for us today. We will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for some more fantasy football games. So make sure you tune in then. Until then, though, guys, I think that's it for us today. Adios, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Trading makes fantasy fun. Wow.
Ooh.
Missed it.
Ooh, almost.